spread disorder. The sea rises to flood the pubs and extinguish the street lamps. Our city will die. Tupene has failed. Lucy has failed. Brudnell, Elliotson, Pearl. All have gone into the night. It is up to me now. The assassins have brought nature's fury into our homes. Men have become monsters, barreling toward us, teeth out. Our civilization must survive this onslaught. To prevent a return of the Dark Ages, I will start anew. London must be reborn.
You're late. Starrick is making his move. The Piece of Eden is somewhere inside Buckingham Palace.
Let him have it.
I've seen your handiwork across the city. Perhaps you should trust my judgment.
I've been killing Starrick's henchmen. What have you been doing? Let's ask Henry, shall we?
I have been repairing your mistakes. Too much haste is too little speed.
Don't you quote Father at me.
That's Plato. And I am sorry this doesn't involve anything you can destroy. Father was right, he never approved of your methods.
Father is dead!
Enough! I have just received word from my spies. At the palace ball tonight, Starrick plans to steal the Piece of Eden, and then eliminate all the heads of church and state.
Once more for old time's sake?
And then we're finished.
Agreed. So what's the plan?
Such an unexpected delight to visit you both. What is the news on the street?
Mrs. Disraeli, we have discovered that there is something inside Buckingham Palace that could threaten the...
What my sister's failing to say is that we require entrance into the ball tonight.
Impossible! Even if there were any invitation cards remaining, which there are not, someone of your lowly station...
If that damn fool Gladstone is attending this evening, they can have my card.
Perfect. Then I'll go alone.
Mrs. Disraeli, if you would be kind enough to inform my darling brother of the location of the Gladstones' residence, perhaps he could use his considerable skills to commandeer their cards.
What fun! Did you hear that, Dizzy? We're going to pinch the Gladstones' invitations.
Thank you for volunteering me, sweet sister.
Oh, a pleasure, brother, dearest. Now, Mrs. Disraeli, if you would excuse me, I must visit with the Maharaja. It occurs to me that he may have a second set of plans to a certain vault.
Well, I'd say the Fry twins made a good bit of noise during their time here in London.
Treating me like a child.
Hello and welcome to the channel where we are finally at the tail end of Assassin's Creed Syndicate's main storyline. And yes, they've been making some noise. They've also been hitting some nerves, especially with Crawford Starrick, taking out practically every lead henchman that has any sort of pull throughout the city of London. And as you saw, things finally came to a head between Jacob and Evie due to, well, pretty much everything we've done up to this point in the game. With Jacob's apparent hasty decisions taking down Starrick's crew, with Aberline's guidance and or approval, mind you, we have Evie thinking all of them being mistakes while she goes out there trying to fix it all. And she's too busy falling in love and looking for the Shroud of Eden that we have yet to see any physical evidence of. Now, I'm not picking sides here, I'm just basing facts. But all that seemed to be enough for the twins to finally call it quits and go their own separate ways from here on out. until Henry Green came along and gave him the news that Starrick plans on going to the Queen's Ball tonight to steal the Shroud of Eden himself. Along with that, he plans on eliminating the heads of church and state. That's a hell of a to-do list if you ask me. That was so fucking cheesy. And that brings us here. We got dropped off about a half a mile away from our destination for Memory 1 of Sequence 9. We have 4 memories, and we just have a few hours to do it before the Queen's Ball. In this memory, Jacob needs to commandeer a couple of tickets to the sold-out show, which is the Queen's Ball, and apparently the Disraelis suggested take them from the Gladstones. Guess they don't like them too much. So here we go.
You wouldn't happen to have seen 2 carriages pass by here just now?
I did, sir. One with a man in it, the other with a woman. They split up.
Where did the man go?
That way.
Thank you.
Well, of course, the Gladstones are separated. So, we're gonna go see Mr. Gladstone first. And we definitely done enough traversing up to this point. I think these carriage rides are gonna be a little shorter for the rest of the video. A little shaky. Alright, here we go. Now, we have a couple of objectives, of course. The first one being a fairly popular one I've noticed lately in the game. Don't kill any police officers. So that's pretty much the hardest thing for me to refrain from doing. But, like I always say, we'll see how it goes. Alright, that was definitely not a leap of faith, was it? Alright. Made it in the haystack, though, and I was definitely seeing not a good start. And it's not looking good already. Oh. Stay down. Let's get back in there. Alright, that was a close one. Alright. I'm just going for it. Yep. Just stay down. These cops really do their job, don't they? Come on. Screw it. Nope, put that away. Let's just run. We got what we needed. Get out. Just nobody shoot me.
Maybe I haven't been quite as delicate as I could have been. But still.
Jacob's preoccupied with this altercation with his sister. Feels a little bad. Off to our second destination. That too will be a short ride.
Better wait until she's alone.
And let me rest a moment.
Now is my chance.
Good job, Jacob.
One should not attend the Queen's Ball without making a proper entrance.
Alright, well that was easier than I thought. Actually, up to this point, I have to say every mission was much easier than I thought it was going to be. Probably because I'm comparing it to the first time I played this game, which is the second Assassin's Creed game I've ever played, and I was very unfamiliar with the gameplay. So it definitely makes a difference if you know what you're doing or not. That sounds stupid. Anyway, we're off to Miss Gladstone's carriage, and now we have to drive that to our final destination now that we have our tickets. And this is where our second objective comes in. Don't damage the carriage. That's a new one, huh? I don't believe we can go below 50%. We're not going to see this whole ride because it's too damn long. I spent like a half an hour making sure I don't hit shit. But we made it to our destination, and right after this, the next mission's going to start when we get to that. So if you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to stay tuned. Thanks guys, we'll see you, well, I guess the next video.